Hi everyone, it's Kate from The Fold Line. I am back this week with a new video for you all. This week I am doing a book review of the snazzy new book from Melissa, who runs Fair Trade Patterns. So her book is called Sew Your Own Activewear. We went to her book launch a couple of weeks ago and she had told us that she was doing this book, and I thought it was really interesting and something that I thought you guys would like to see. So first things first, I don't sew activewear. I've never sewn any activewear before. So when she contacted me about it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm the right person to talk about it, having never made anything kind of for the gym before. But actually, looking at this book from a complete novice's point of view was quite interesting, because I actually learned loads. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about the stuff. The first page, which I really liked, let me get to it. So it says, if you've sewn with jersey and other stretch fabrics before, then you may be tempted to skip this section. Don't. And I am very guilty of that. I don't know about you guys. I get a book, I flick through all the kind of important, you need to do this, you need to do that, and go straight onto the projects. But actually, as someone who's never sewn any of these before, I thought it was quite interesting to have a look. And I learned loads because I know nothing about it. So one of the pages got lots of sewing techniques on it. You can see all the different types of seams that she does. It was interesting because I hadn't really thought about, you know, some seams are sitting really close to your body and really need to stretch, and thinking about different stitches. And so she talks you through all of that sort of thing. And then hems as well. So again, you've got hems, especially if you're wearing sort of sportswear around your armholes, around the neck. You're kind of using them a lot more than you would on probably a normal piece of, like a normal kind of ready to wear garment. So I thought that was quite interesting. Lots of things about different fabrics. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is, and Melissa has spoken at the Sewing Weekender, she did a talk about this, and it's thinking about how you'll use the items that you're going to make. And I think a lot of us don't ever think about that. So she has got a whole page on considerations to think about when you're sewing your own activewear. So your stance, so how you'll be sitting, whether you'll be like running, if you're a cyclist, if you're doing yoga, repetitive movements, range of motion, environments, whether you're going to be inside at a yoga studio or outside running. These are all going to massively affect what fabrics you pick. And yeah, I just thought it was quite an interesting way of writing it, and I thought it was really good. So the ins and outs of the book is, it comes with 4 blocks. So you have 2 top blocks. One is a tight fitting top and one is a looser fitting top. And you also come with 2 bottoms. So you have a tighter fitting pair of trousers and a looser fitting pair of trousers. So I've got them here. They come on it's quite sturdy actually, paper. They are overlapping, not crazy, but you will need to trace them off. And especially because they're blocks and you're going to be using them as a base and then tweaking them and cutting them depending on what you're going to make. So they come in sizes, extra small to extra large. Let me have a look. There's a page here with all the sort of sizing as well, so you can kind of work out what's right for you. So there's like a big chart with all the sort of sizings. Right, I'm going to get into these. So you start with the top option, and it's really beautifully laid out and really clear, and there's no kind of fuss on the page. It's just really nicely done. So there's all these instructions on how to do each section, how to put them together. I have to say the illustrations and the instructions are really clear and simple and, like, you know, easy to follow. Then the next page is this was really great. There's a whole page on common fit adjustments that you need to make. So if you've got a broad back, narrow back, square shoulders, sloping shoulders, small bust, full bust, long torso, short torso, and arms. So there's pretty much every single like pattern hack that you can do to make sure that you're going to get a really good fit. And the key, as she says in all of this, is that you're going to have to make a couple of toiles to make sure that you've got the right fit. So I think it's quite nice. So you do a bit of experimenting, do the tweaks, make sure you've got your kind of fully formed block, and then you're ready to start making. So there are loads and loads and loads of different like options that you can do. So the first one in the book is a vest top. So you would use your block that you've made, and then there are instructions which are quite complicated because it's a complicated pattern hack, but actually really nicely laid out so that you can then hack the pattern or the block so that it makes the pattern. So each project runs in that format, so you have all the kind of different instructions on how to tweak the block that you've got to make the different garment. So there's a crop top as well, which is really cute, especially if you're in a yoga studio or somewhere warm, or you live in a warm country in the UK, not so much. Then you've got, this is actually, I think, the more looser fitting top. It's the base, is it loose fitting? Oh, getting confused, I don't want to get it wrong. I'm sorry, I don't know. I think this is a slightly looser fitting. So there's a ski, little like long top. I would definitely make this if I was making running stuff, because I'm a runner outside, and a long sleeved one is really handy. And then again, you've got all the instructions on how to sort of make it look really lovely. What else is there? This is quite cute. So if you live in warmer climes, there's a rash guard pattern, which is quite useful for those of us who actually get to swim in the sea and have warm and want to protect our skin from the sun. There's a cycling top. What else is there? And then it moves, there's a t-shirt, a hoodie, which I thought was really nice actually, because that's something that I haven't actually made. And this one's got an asymmetric sort of zip on it, you can see there. Yeah, it's really, I think thing I really liked about it is that everything is laid out really simply, but really chicly, and it feels sporty as well, obviously because it's an activewear book. But it's just a really great book, and if you're interested in sewing activewear, I'd highly recommend it, because it really does hold your hand from the beginning. I found, like, I learnt about 5 things just reading the first few pages, so that is pretty good. Let me go on, what else have we got? So then it moves on to the bottom. So there is the looser fitting one, this one here, and then there is, there's yoga bottoms, which just making sure that you can see it. Yoga bottoms, which you can also then make into shorts. And there's loads of nice, like, clever little hacks in it about, you know, lots of like little details where you can add in lots of pockets onto your leggings. And yeah, just there's a real feeling that you could make like really nice bespoke running wear that no one else will have. And as Melissa says in this, which I completely agree with as someone who buys activewear, there are never enough pockets in anything. They never seem to put any pockets in the leggings or your tops, running tops without any pockets. And actually, if you do this, you can then, you know, put in as many as you like. So if you are thinking about activewear, I would highly recommend it. I think it's really beautifully laid out. Melissa, who is an expert in activewear sewing patterns, so you're in really safe hands. It's not something she's never done before. It's her actual specialism, I would say. Yeah, so I will pop a link down below so you can go and buy the book if you're interested in it. And that's it from us this week. I hope you've had a kind of good week, and we'll be back again with another video soon. Bye!